Hello everyone, it's me this time, Kevin, not Marta. She's asked me just to talk to you about these Austrian wines because she struggles to get her Portuguese tongue around some of these Germanic words. And one of the words that she struggles with is the name of this delicious wine that you're trying today, Zweigelt. Some of you may have heard of it. It's one of the most popular red wine varieties in Austria. And they plant it a lot over there, and it's only been in existence since 1922. In fact, this is our Bible. It's what Marta and I use for, look at all these wine grapes that we have in here, thousands. And the very last entry in this book is Zweigelt, obviously alphabetically. And it's saying here that it's a cross between Blaufränkisch, you may have heard of that, and Saint Laurent, which is a very local grape variety to where this wine's from as well. But this really is, we use that a lot for all the knowledge on the wines and things like that. But basically, let's just go back to this wine for now. Marta and I, in what seems like 10 years ago, it's just January 2020, went to Montpellier to meet or to an organic wine festival this year, so earlier this year, and there was three or four halls all full of organic wines, and we were there specifically to try and find some more Portuguese wines and also to look for some Austrian wines, because like I say, we always felt like Austrian wines really supplements our Iberian selection really well. And you'll notice now with this wine, it's not so full body, it's not so fruity, it's just got a bit of a leaner style, almost a little bit of sourness, but we'll go on to that a bit later when we try the wine. So when we were there, we tried a few Austrian wines from a few different producers, and then one day I bumped into Stefan, who's sharing a table with another Austrian producer, and we're very pleased that we did, because we tried a lot of his range, and we tried this one, which is the Zweigelt Classique, which is the entry-level Zweigelt in his range, and he has two levels above this as well. He also makes amazing Pinot Noir and white wines. We've also got a Grüne Veltliner in another case as well, so if you haven't tried that, make sure you pick up that case. But let me just show you where these guys are. So this is a wine map of Austria, and you'll see all the wineries are over there on the east side, over on the border with Hungary, Slovenia, because on this side it's just too mountainous. It's too mountainous and there's too many, you just can't plant any vineyards there. But on this side you get the warm winds from the Mediterranean, and that's the side that's ideal for making these wines. So, sorry I didn't point out to you, this area here is where the winery is from, the Thurman region. And it's a town called Tattendorf, which is right in the middle of the Thurman region. And it's very good. It's a well-known area for high-quality Pinot Noir, good Grüne Veltliner, and really nice Zweigelt as well. So, as you can see, or as you can try. Austrian wine has just been going up and up ever since the mid-80s. They had all sorts of problems there in the mid-80s with some dishonest winemakers. And it took a dip for 5 years, and then it just started going up, and that's when they decided that they were really going to focus on quality over quantity, and really make sure that the wines they're producing were of the utmost, the best quality they can produce. So things like this is one of our trade magazines. Austria opens up new opportunities, it's everywhere now. It's getting very, very popular, so we had to get on the bandwagon. So the wine, it's a family project. He works with his sister and his mother and father. Stefan is the main winemaker. We've got a video coming up from him. He's a little bit wacky, so all his videos really have a nice edge to them and a nice different perspective. He's a young guy, and I think you can see that reflecting in some of his wines. Not so much the bottles, that's an exact landscape of the view from their winery. With the dogs and the windmills, they try to be carbon neutral and create their own power, and all the wines are vegan and organic as well. So the wine's just 12.5%. It's got the vegan and organic stamp on the back. It's medium bodied. It's not full body. It's not in your face. But this is typical of a lot of Austrian styles because they're grown at altitude and they're just a little bit cooler, so you get a little bit less sugar into the grapes, so you don't get these massive full-bodied red wines. I think it's got really good minerality and quite bold. In the summer, chill it down a little bit, especially with it being a little lower in alcohol. It's a nice alternative to a rosé. And we always think that this wine goes particularly well with pastas, pizzas, just lunchtime drinking. If you like a red at lunch, it's a little bit lighter and it's not so full-bodied, so you can get through the afternoon a little bit better than before. But anyway, enough from me. Let's go to Stefan now and let him show you and let him tell you about what he thinks of the Zweigelt in his own very unusual way. Cheers.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, I'm about to do the video for Martin Cameron right now. Yep, trying not to be too embarrassing this time. Alright, talk to you later. Bye-bye. That song is still a banger. Hi guys, I'm back. It's been 2 months. It's good to see you all. Hi Marta, hi Kevin. So today we're talking about the Zweigelt Classic. And before we do that, I think we should address the elephant in the room. Yes, that is a mullet, and yes, I chopped off all my long hair, and yes, I love it. And no, it's not a Corona haircut. Get over it. Alright, Zweigelt it is. So the Zweigelt Classic. Zweigelt is probably the most important and probably the #1 red grape variety in Austria. It's been a crossing of St. Laurent and Blaufränkisch, made by a guy called Zweigelt in the 1920s. So roughly this variety exists 100 years. Yeah, and in those 100 years you could say it's been a pretty good success. It's a beautiful variety. You can make so much out of it. It's so versatile, it works so good, and it's basically, you can find it in any growing area in Austria. And that's only a few other grape varieties can do that, so that's quite impressive. But that comes with a little downside. Because Zweigelt is so versatile and so good at many things, it's not great at a single thing. So, you know, it's always going to be a very good red wine, or it could be a very good rosé, and you could like really dress it up and make it nicely, but you know, it's still only going to get so far, and it has a ceiling. Or I do think other varieties, for example, St. Laurent or Blaufränkisch, its parents, they don't have a ceiling. They could go really up there, but to be honest, you wouldn't want to drink a Blaufränkisch rosé. That's just gross. Either way, let's not get distracted too much. So, as many of you know, I don't really like heavy reds. I like to drink Pinot Noir, I like to drink Beaujolais, I like to drink Barberas, for example, because, you know, they're so refreshing, they're so easy, they're so nice. You can find a lot of complexity in them, but they're not like demanding to your palate. And that's something I really tried to emulate with the Zweigelt Classic. I really tried to keep it simple. Zweigelt is such a fruity variety. Really let the cherry and red berry aromatics speak for itself, and just like show that the wine is light, but it has still a nice body. It has some good sweetness to it, and also some great acidity. So it's super easy red to drink. Works with all sorts of dishes, especially pasta. And I don't know how the summers in Britain are. I heard they're a little miserable, but if you have a beautiful sunny day, instead of drinking some sort of bad rosé, just put that in the fridge and drink it chilled. It's just as nice, trust me. Alright guys, that's it. Sadly I had to keep the video very short today. Anyways, cheers. Enjoy my Zweigelt and stay safe. Cheers!